Folks, thanks for coming on the line today. This is John Dubas and Daniela Levy over here at the Brokerage Incorporated in Lewisville, Texas. We'll be spending the next half hour or so going through one of the so-called gap plans that makes a great partner for ACA programs and a little bit of Medicare action as well. We have Bob Johnson with IHC with us here today to do the presentation. Thank you, Bob, for coming on the line, and we'll turn it over to you.
Outstanding. Thanks for having me. Again, everybody, good afternoon. My name is Bob Johnson, Regional Sales Director with IHC, and I want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. What we're focusing on here today is really how to help your customers fill the gaps left by the ACA plans with high out-of-pocket costs. And in addition, also talk about ways to help you make additional revenue, build additional revenue streams with your customers while helping them. We've all seen out in the marketplace, ACA compensation on exchange and off exchange has decreased significantly, and there's a revenue void that has to be filled. Well, some of the products that IHC offers can help fill that void. And primarily we're focusing here today on our products by the name of Metal Gap and Metal Gap 2. But before we get into that, a little bit about IHC. IHC is a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol IHC. Very well financed, a lot of assets under management. We primarily write under 3 carriers that we own, Standard Security Life, Madison National Life, as well as Independence American Insurance Company, otherwise known as IAC, all 3 of which are rated A- by AM Best. So jumping in real quick, the product and talking a little bit about Metal Gap and the need for Metal Gap. Well, as we've seen in the marketplace with the advent of the ACA, that out-of-pocket costs for a lot of individuals have gone up, especially when we're looking at bronze and silver plan designs. This year they're going up to, I believe it's $6,800 per individual. Now, the way the Metal Gap is really positioned is intended to be presented as a bundle. We encourage individuals to, or with you as their agent, to look at those ACA plan designs, and maybe they're looking at silver or bronze plan designs, and maybe they do or do not qualify for subsidies. Looking at those plan designs as a certain cost as a standalone benefit, whereas maybe you can offer them a bronze plan that's bundled with Metal Gap, so that they're able to have a lower cost package of insurance with the ACA plan, or any plan. One of the products that we offer as well that I'll talk about a little bit is our short-term medical plans, temporary medical plans, and where they fit in the marketplace. But bundling the Metal Gap with either a bronze or a silver plan design to offer a more comprehensive package of services. Now, a lot of times what I hear out there is, well, Bob, these guys are stretched for, dollars as it is within their, just for the ACA premium. And I agree with that. I mean, I've had those same conversations with some consumers as well. But when presented as a bundle, we allow the consumer to look at what's important to them, and presenting it as a bundle allows the consumer to be able to determine what coverages they want and what's affordable to them. When it comes to Metal Gap, it's a critical illness as well as it's that plot product. So they were on a major medical plan. Really, they had an finances on a credit card, would they have to maybe ask a friend or a relative of us and consumers? Metal gap helps them do it. As you before, we metal gap, and they're both metal gap and metal gap 2 blue state. Metal gap or a technical plan bundle of services for a medical plan. What we're going to talk about primarily metal gap 2 was just great reception out in the marketplace. It critical is guaranteed issue ACA plans. Now that is an so what that means is we're you have up to 65 to have an accident and I break my leg in the emergency room. That applies to me. I haven't paid any year. From the emergency room, I'm able to HC, where we will process $4,000 that they can cost. Now it has up to per person benefit. So what the any follow-up visit, max that 500 per accident. 3 months, I have another expense. I have up to another per accident. Child only benefit component at $7,500 or $2,500 child per child per child. This benefit for the features that you see listed here. Illness have a basically a 12-month look back, 12-month illness benefits for a pre-existing condition. Now, pre-existing condition, say I had heart prior to joining the purchasing a metal heart attack would be pre-existing, but let's say in the first I have a severe burn due to the heart attack, would be considered reimbursable expense.
Bob, I hate to interrupt you.
So
I'm sorry. This is John.
Straightforward product, and also what's there?
We've got some serious audio problems, Bob.
Hello?
Bob, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. It's John. We're hearing about every third syllable, kind of an echo effect. We're having some audio difficulty in hearing you. Are you there? Yeah, I'm afraid we have some audio difficulty coming back and forth. I think you're only getting part of us, and we're only getting part of you.
you hear me now?
There we go. Now that line we heard.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Folks, bear with us a little bit. We're having obviously some technical difficulties with audio in the system. If you're probably like us, we're having difficulty hearing Bob as well. I apologize for the challenges. We're looking to address them rather quickly, and give us just a moment. We'll kick it back and see if we can't get a better audio feed out of this. Bear with us just a moment.
Somebody's calling me. I wonder if it's him.
Probably.
Can hear him.
Okay, can you let me know if they can hear me okay?
Bob, it's kind of like you're speaking in a barrel. We're hearing it a little bit better than before, but still some solid echo.
And then so
And I'm going to go back to chat.
Should we just restart it?
okay, I'm also only getting from you as well.
Okay. And I apologize to all. I think what we might do is look to re-record this presentation and make certain that the folks that have opted into this to viewing the presentation receives it. Bob, if you don't mind, I think at this point in time, we're going to make certain that the folks receive a copy of the presentation, an audio presentation recording, but I think we're going to see if we can't hook up to get a better sound quality off this. Right now, we're not. We don't have anything. And I think we're disconnecting folks too. So let's see here. Bear with us, folks. We're going to try one more thing here. My apologies, folks. We've lost Bob, I think, altogether right now. We'll give him a moment to see if we can't have him reconnect. I apologize. I would ask your indulgence a wee bit here because the program, we're very excited about the presentation of this program because it does fit so well with both ACA and Medicare programs, but it is a very dynamic match with Affordable Care Act plans, and glove and hand, very close association with the different metal gap plans. Just bear with us a moment longer. I apologize again. We're going to attempt to reconnect, and if we're not able to resolve the issue in the next minute or so, we will circle back with a recording of the presentation for you. And once again, my apologies. I realize your time is valuable and we appreciate you coming on the line, and it doesn't help with these difficulties. Bear with us just a moment.
Okay. Do you hear me through the webinar?
Hi, Bob. It appears you're back. We hear you well. If you'd like,
Okay. I'm going to hang up, Danielle. Okay. I'm here. Let me get back to where I was here. I need to open up a couple of things. I think they got closed. Apologize for this.
thank you, Bob, for
Okay,
your
we should be back up
persistence,
and
and
running.
thanks,
Audio's
folks, for
running
staying
well.
on the line. Thank you.
You're breaking up again. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Or am I breaking up? Okay. You're breaking up on your end. Okay, so, well, guys, hey, thanks for hanging in there through the audio issue there. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. And moving on here, what we were talking about was Metal Gap 2, of course, how it can really fit into the portfolio. I don't know if we should just start all over again. For those of you that may not have understood what I was saying, really what we were looking at is a Metal Gap product, a product that is meant to supplement ACA plan designs and bundle with ACA plan designs to supplement out-of-pocket with a guaranteed issue bundle of accident medical expense benefits, critical illness benefits, and in some instances, even surgical benefits. Now, these are, with the surgical benefits, they include a calendar year inpatient surgery benefit, and also can include an outpatient benefit as well for surgeries. Or the 65S, as you see, has up to a $1,250 outpatient surgery benefit. Metal Gap 65 seems to be the product that we're focusing on here as our lead seller. Metal Gap 65, which includes a $6,500 accident medical expense per person per accident, with children only are available as children only policies as well. They also include a guaranteed issue critical illness component at $7,500 per insured, or rather per adult insured, as well as $2,500 for each individual child. Now, it's real important to note on critical illness that there is a pre-existing condition clause. Basically, it's a 12-month look back, 12-month wait for critical illness. But only that specific condition is considered pre-X, such as if a heart attack, the customer experienced a heart attack in the first 12 months, or the 12 months prior to joining the Metal Gap plan, then if they were in that first 12 months to have, say, a severe burn, well, that could be considered, that critical illness for the severe burn benefit could be considered as payable to the consumer. Now, they also include the accidental death and dismemberment once during the coverage period, obviously, for obvious reasons there. Very important, this is a very important benefit. Again, if you didn't hear this before, how is this bundled together? Why does Metal Gap 2 complement an ACA plan or even a temporary medical plan? It complements it by allowing the customer to have this little bit more comfort within their bundled product when it's bundled, not cross-sold, not upsold, bundled with an ACA plan design. They're able to make really a bronze plan design, a more affordable bronze plan design feel like a gold plan, because they can have their out-of-pocket reimbursed if they have an accident or critical illness. Their deductible is going to be significantly lower because it's going to be reimbursed, their overall out-of-pocket expense on a bronze plan design. Furthermore, the way these are bundled together is now if somebody's looking at a silver or maybe even a gold plan design that's just unaffordable, or maybe that's all they can afford, they're able to bundle together with a Metal Gap plan and be able to maybe purchase a lower costing bronze plan and have a bundle of services that are included that really are more affordable than even just a standalone silver plan design. That's why I said, bundling is very important these days. We've seen out-of-pockets go up on the ACA plan designs. Or employer plans even. We've seen commissions go down. So not only are we helping the insureds with a better package, a better bundle of services, but also some more affordability, and also adding new revenue streams for you by including the metal gap plan in your consultation. And I would suggest, let a consumer look at a silver plan. Hey, here's the silver plan only premium. Now let me show you this other option. Here's a bronze plan, metal gap. Maybe it has some other products that I'll talk about built in there. You may not have heard me before, but there are two different series of metal gap plans. There's metal gap and also metal gap 2, based on the state availability. You'll see here in the purple states, both metal gap and metal gap 2 are available. Some of the nuances of differences between metal gap 2 and metal gap. Metal gap was the original product that we started offering last year, actually in 2014 in July, with great fanfare with 3 easy plan designs. The differences here for metal gap is that there is a deductible on the accident panel. On metal gap includes a deductible on the accident plan, whereas metal gap 2, there is no deductible on the accident plan. Furthermore, metal gap 2 metal gap does not allow for child-only policies, where child-only policies are available. Child-only policies are available on metal gap 2. Metal gap 1 also includes some more different types of association-based services, if you will, such as the RX discount, a vision discount, as well as our CA newsletter. Primary differences aside from that, the products between metal gap and metal gap 2 really operate identical. Both are guaranteed issue. Both are intended to supplement a major medical plan design. On metal gap, Plan B is by far our best seller. Metal gap does offer a fixed pricing, whereas metal gap 2 is geographically and demographically rated. So you're going to have different rates, whereas metal gap, flat rate, easy to offer, easy to add on, great compensation, new revenue streams. You'll notice here as well on critical illness, children are not included on the critical illness policy of metal gap, only included on metal gap 2. So jumping into kind of metal gap, how these all work together here, as I mentioned, bundling is real important. We make it real easy for you to make bundled sales in one application process. Everything, once you're appointed with IHC, which if you're not appointed with IHC, reach out to the gang at the brokerage and request some contracting. MyIHCgroup.com is really the backdrop to all of our broker portal, where once you're logged in, you have access to forms, any forms that you need, temporary medical, any metal gap plans. You also have available links here. So you can click on, say, metal gap link creation tool. You now have a link that you can send out to a consumer where they can quote their own and enroll themselves. It's automatically embedded with your agent number built in there. This will be updated with your agent number. You also have easy banners for those of you with websites that you're able to implement into your website, and so this banner would pop up. So you can allow customers to quote and enroll themselves, or maybe you just want to email this out. Hey, thanks for purchasing an ACA plan. I'd also suggest supplementing it with a metal gap product. But you can also quote and enroll right over the phone here. If you were on the phone, or maybe you're at the customer's place of business, you can come to your quoting and enrollment links. So if we click on metal gap, this takes us to all of our portfolio of the products that would be made available to you. You see there's dental, standalone dental, an RX pay card. Now we're not going to deep dive into all of these, but suffice it to say, dental is an excellent product with offering 2 PPOs or 1 indemnity option. An RX pay card, this is a guaranteed issue, no pre-ex, flat pricing, $19.95 for a single, $35 for a family RX pay card. Metal Gap 1, Metal Gap 2, telemedicine, as well as our temporary medical plans, which temporary medical plans are a huge seller for us right now because a lot of consumers are looking for alternatives to an ACA plan, especially higher income, higher income households that don't qualify for any, they just simply don't qualify for subsidies. There's a lot of times where we can put together a more affordable short-term medical plan, add on the Metal Gap with a check of a box, telemedicine, an RX pay card, and a dental plan with a bundle of services for actually a lower cost than what an ACA plan would be on a standalone basis at unsubsidized. Now, temporary medical plans, they are not ACA compliant, but they are that lower cost, and most of the time, I haven't seen any instances where it didn't. Most of the time, when you compare the premium savings that a temporary plan can issue, you're able to have those premium savings that typically offset any potential penalty as well. How easy is it to quote and enroll? You know, these are your marketplace tools. You have the products made available to you. I'm just going to look at Metal Gap right now. You know, coming to compare plans and enroll, as I mentioned, bundling is something that's very important in this day and age because this is where you are now going to be able to make up lost revenue that may have been associated with ACA plan designs. Carriers are decreasing their commissions. Premiums are going up, revenue's going down, out-of-pockets are going higher. So we need to look at, hopefully you can use IHC products to look at how do these all fit together in order to reduce costs overall and put in a more affordable package or bundle of benefits to be more consultative with your client. And I'm sure we all like to be a little bit more consultative and proactive to help our customers as opposed to just simply offering them the same thing that anybody else on the street could offer. So be more consultative. You know, if we look at a 12/1 effective date, I'm going to do a family of 4. Oops. Male. Let's do 2 children. And I can submit my quote, submit my option for a quote. Now from here, I obviously see my plan designs here, my plan options, and as I mentioned, it is very easy here. I can select, I have Metal Gap MG65. It's going to give me a $6,500 per person per accident supplemental accident, $6,500 AD&D benefit, as well as a $7,500 critical illness. From here, I'm able to check and add on an individual dental plan. So I have a very, very low cost, low design here that supplements what is telemedicine, $1.50 for a single or $14.95 family includes 24/7 access to doctors through patient support for $15 claims and includes utilization. We're thinking people are going to start going out and know their care. We want them with work. It also has vision discounts, which for family, $95 a month. If you have kids, you know you're buying all discounts for this. So from here, and over this is what you see. This is your sales. You're able to apply with the customer right over, save it, back to it, or you can email. I'll have an application link with your broker link in there so that they can see themselves. To apply, simply skip. I'm going to keep talking and move through of it as we move through. So I am able to apply just by taking this information. You can the phone, you can be at the end of the residence, right, and they're electronically signature. So, example, consumer request, but does not require. Information. Put in the home address, stuff too. Put in the city address we need it, and you put in the customer's address because where the policy is going to be linked to. So this process is intended for you to be able to plan quoted, enrolled, and all delivered in 20 minutes here. Ask for some verification. All right. Continue. Coming up some acknowledgements. I read the acknowledgements. I'm able to read through, view the ACA. I can read through this with my customer and simply type in the name as it's applied for, product. For each product, I add it in there. I acknowledge each product. I hit continue, and it brings me to my payment page. So, where do I have it misspelled here? Sample consumer. Somewhere I have misspelling sample consumer. There we go. Wasn't going down far enough. So I put it in the right information. It has to be typed exactly as applied for, which now will bring me to my payment page. I come to my secure payment where now we are able to finalize this. We can pay by credit card or by bank draft with either a checking or a savings account. At this time, we cannot accept debit cards, purely credit or the bank draft information. We have a breakdown. So now in the matter of minutes, we've added on supplements with Metal Gap 2 that's going to allow them to and out-of-pocket costs related to accident, critical illness, and maybe even have some hospital or some surgical indemnity benefits. We've added a prescriptions guaranteed issue prescription card. We've added an individual dental plan, and also we've added a telemedicine plan. And the breakdown, of course, of the enrollment fees or application fees that you see listed here. These are not commissionable, but we bring this up, and really what you're looking at here is, you're probably going to look at adding another, maybe $200 to $300 per consumer of revenue for relatively little work. Now I come through here. This is where I have to stop because this is where This is the payment page. It's the live site. Once I hit complete purchase, the customer will get an email in a matter of minutes that lets them know that their policy is on the way. They'll get another email from us that shows them under their that they can log in and download their reports. But more importantly, you can also see the policy information. If we complete the application, you will see the policy information under the case number application. This would be able to download in PDF so you can email it, but the customer also has full access to it, full access to see a policy. So pretty straightforward. And I apologize for the, I'm not quite sure if we're still having audio issues or not, but pretty straightforward stuff. And like I said, the whole idea here is to bundle these plans together. And with any questions, feel free to use the chat function from the GoToMeeting if you have any questions coming up. Okay. Shoot, I guess we had bad sound coming through most of this. So, but that pretty much concludes. Send any questions. I would highly suggest that you send out any information to the brokerage, reach out to them for additional information, get contracted with IHC. But we can open it up for a Q&A if you want to send any questions through the chat function of the GoToMeeting. Again, I apologize for the sound.
And Bob, we will be sending follow-up to today's presentation out to all of the folks who expressed interest in this afternoon's presentation. I too apologize for the audio challenges we've had. I don't quite know what the challenge was. We've had 3 other webinars today, and this is the first we've had audio difficulty today. Anyway, we'll put it that way. I don't see anything popping up in the chat box yet. What I might suggest is watch for the follow-up that Daniela will be sending out regarding today's webinar, and we will circle back with additional information to all of you. Bob, I want to thank you for coming on the line and fighting through this with us. I apologize for the difficulties for you as well.
Thank you.
And we'll touch base with everyone in the next day or so and make certain that we answer any questions they may have. Folks, I want to thank you all for coming on the line, and we'll talk to you very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you later.